Et maintenant, nous poursuivons l'épopée du sabbat dans le volet final du 7e jour. Révélation des pages perdues de l'histoire.
Come in. Let's get these wet things off before you freeze to death.
The governor sent me. It's a matter of great urgency. I must speak with your husband.
He's not well, Tom, but I know he'll be glad to see you. Come and sit by the fire. Roger, you must wake up. Tom Miller is here from Governor Winthrop.
Tom Miller? Aren't you a sight for sore eyes? What brings you all the way from Boston on a night like this?
The governor sent me, sir. I've ridden the whole way with no rest. But it's a matter of great urgency. Mr. Winthrop sends word of great danger for you. The magistrates want to send you back to England. They've dispatched Captain Underhill and his men to take you by surprise.
So, my high and mighty judges, they're not content with banishing me from the colony. Do they not know I am a sick man? Mary, some of that special tea, please. I would offer you some, but it's a rather bitter concoction. I was taught it by the wild Americans, the barbarians, as the Christians like to call them. And yet we are the ones who have stolen their birthright and occupied their homeland. And we call them barbarians. Thank you, dear.
And I've got something for you too, Tom.
So, it seems as though they are afraid I will find refuge in this wilderness and raise an army of malcontents and nonconformists. This is now their plan for my future. It's the dead of winter, and they want to send me on a ship back to England.
Perhaps England would be a welcome change. More civilized and all.
Civilized, you say? Let me tell you what going back to England means. Going back to England means falling into the merciful hands of the Archbishop William Laud. I can well remember how civilized he was when he condemned Alexander Leighton for following his own conscience.
Leighton?
Well, you've not heard of him. As fine a Christian as walked. In civilized England, William Laud, in Christian kindness, you can be sure, condemned him to 36 stripes across his naked back, to have his ears cut off, his nose split, his face branded. And then our Christian friend had him pilloried in the frost and snow. I suppose my crimes are worse than his. I am to be hounded from my home and family for standing in support of freedom, for preaching the gospel of liberty, and for upholding the rights of every man, even the Indian. Tom Miller, thank you for bringing me this news. Go to the governor and thank him for his warning. I tell him I am not for England. I will live free in this new world, whatever the cost.
But, sir, what if...
No arguments, my lad. I'll be fine. I know this good land far better than Captain Underhill, I can assure you of that. And go now. And God be with you.
And with you, sir.
Good lad, that. Mary, those things you set aside for me, I need them now. I will leave tonight.
Tonight? But you're ill. If you go out in that storm, it will be the death of you.
It will be the death of me if Underhill catches me here. I must be gone and far off before he and his men ever arrive. Those things, please.
Yes, I've got them here. I'm not sure which is worse, having Underhill catch you or you catching your death out in this storm.
I'll take my chances with the storm any day.
At least, kiss your babies goodbye. They will miss you terribly, as will I.
Do not disturb them. You will all be in my thoughts every waking moment. And God willing, we will be together very soon. I must go now. If Underhill catches me here, you may well be in danger yourself.
C'est au mois de janvier, en l'an 1636, que Roger Williams quitta la douceur de son foyer pour braver l'hiver glacial de la Nouvelle-Angleterre. Par sa fuite, il défiait l'autorité d'un régime répressif. C'était une étape cruciale du combat pour la liberté religieuse, qui eut une grande influence dans l'histoire du sabbat du 7e jour. Bonjour, je suis Hal Holbrook. Bienvenue au 5e et dernier volet du 7e jour, Révélation des pages perdues de l'histoire. Les historiens et les biographes dépeignent Roger Williams comme un homme de conviction, au grand cœur, possédant une volonté obstinée et inaltérable. C'était un passionné des droits de l'homme et il militait pour la séparation de l'Église et de l'État, une idée radicalement nouvelle dans un monde où la religion était imposée par la loi. Après s'être enfui de Salem, il se dirigea vers le sud à travers la nature sauvage, subsistant grâce à tout ce qu'il pouvait trouver dans la forêt. Il trouva finalement refuge auprès d'une tribu indienne à Narragansett Bay. Ses ennemis devaient se réjouir de s'être débarrassés de lui, mais sa famille et ses amis étaient impatients de savoir s'il avait survécu aux rigueurs des mois d'hiver.
I'm sorry. I'm looking for my friend, Mr. Roger Williams. I was told you may know about him. Well, he was very sick and is more than likely...
He's more than likely been nursed back to health by his good friends and is doing just fine, thank you.
Mr. Williams!
So, my young friend, you finally found me. Well enough. Does the governor still remember me? I could use some news about Salem or Boston. Come, sit down. Tell me.
Well, sir, Mr. Winthrop bade me find you and wishes for news that you are well. And Mrs. Williams sends her love, too, and says that she and your daughters are fine and hope to see you soon.
I am well, as you can see. And thanks to God and the kindness of my red friends here, I shall soon have a grant of land, and fairly earned.
This is the land of liberty you are seeking.
Liberty, inalienable rights, and no power of government over spiritual matters. Does it seem strange to you that I claim freedom for every man? Well, the Puritans of Boston used the sword to enforce their religion. But to force religion on an unwilling convert is nothing less than the rape of a soul. See, Tom, the sword of man can force an entire nation into a sort of formal religious pretense. But that is worthless before God. It is only the sword of his spirit that can rightly rule over matters of conscience. So, when you go to the governor, tell him, I must act according to my conscience. I will have a land of freedom, where men may live and worship according to their consciences. And take word to Mary that I will send for her soon. I miss her and the babies very much. My youngest is named Freeborn, which is exactly what she is. I am determined that she will grow up in a land of liberty. I will make a place for my family where we can be truly free. Now, you must be starved.
La terre que Roger Williams reçut en retour de son travail, de la tribu des Narragansett, devint un oasis de sécurité pour ceux qui s'opposaient à la religion imposée par les colonies établies. Sa vision de la liberté de l'individu est immortalisée dans la charte de la colonie de Rhode Island, la colonie qu'il a fondée. Voici ce qu'il déclare. « Nul individu de la dite colonie, à n'importe quel moment, ne pourra être molesté, puni, inquiété ou soumis à la question de quelque manière que ce soit pour une quelconque différence d'opinion en matière de religion. » Et nombreuses étaient les différences d'opinion, dont celles qui avaient trait au jour d'adoration. La correspondance personnelle de Roger Williams montre qu'il reconnaissait le 7e jour de la semaine, le samedi, comme le sabbat de la Bible. Sa colonie à Rhode Island fournit un terreau sûr et fertile pour semer l'observation du sabbat en Amérique.